U.S. Marshals arrest a man wanted for murder charges in Springfield. Hello and welcome to Ozarks News Brief. I'm O'Shayla Muldrow.
And I'm Jamal McMurrin. Nicholas Berry was arrested Tuesday for the murder of a Joplin woman earlier this month. Berry was taken to Greene County Jail and is currently awaiting extradition to Jasper County. Berry is charged with first-degree murder and 2 counts of criminal action.
Switching over to state news, a Missouri judge temporarily blocks a rule restricting gender-affirming care. The rule, instated by Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, places requirements on both adults and minors to receive gender-affirming treatments. It was set to take effect today, but transgender Missourians and healthcare providers sued to stop it from being enforced.
A new rule from the Biden administration could make those with higher credit scores have higher mortgage rates.
Our Michaela Strickland has been following this story. She joins us with the very latest.
People who are looking to buy a house most often take a few years to build their credit score so they can get a better mortgage rate. Now, starting next month, that won't be the case. People with better credit scores will have to be paying a little bit more per month than their counterparts with lower, riskier scores. Now, this comes as a new federal rule from the Biden administration and the Federal Housing Agency. They say that this new rule is to provide affordability for all that are looking for a home. Those with credit scores of 680 or higher will be paying about $40 more per month than those with lower scores. Now, that is if they took a home loan mortgage out of $400,000 or more. So if you're looking to buy a house come the month of May, you may want to do some research, because future home buyers, this could come as an ugly surprise to those who are not aware of the rules changing. Now, this all begins on Monday, so make sure that you're doing your research. Reporting in Springfield for Ozarks News Brief, I'm Michaela Strickland.
Thanks, Michaela. While Missouri State University students will pay more tuition this coming fall, some will get a break on housing costs. This fall, students will see a 4.5% tuition increase. To offset this cost, MSU is dropping the price for students to live in older dorms. This is all in an effort to keep the price of college affordable. Right now, incoming students are required to live on campus unless they live close to the university.
With the summer season approaching, the temperature isn't the only thing getting ready to rise. Gas prices are also going up.
Our Jade Morrow is standing by at Grand and National with the very latest. Jade?
Yes, Missouri residents are yet seeing another rise in gas prices. According to sources, the gas prices are all due to oil cutbacks. Residents can see an average of $3.39 a gallon. In terms of globally, some could see an average of $3.59 a gallon. This price increase being the highest since Thanksgiving of 2022. As of right now, prices aren't at its peak, but we will continue to give you updates. Reporting for Ozarks News Brief, I'm Jade Morrow.
Switching gears from gas prices to highway safety, it's reported that 74% of cell phone-related crashes involve drivers over the age of 21. This is according to the state's Coalition for Roadway Safety. Right now, Missouri law only prohibits those 21 and younger from texting and driving. And some safety advocates say that law needs to change.
Under Missouri law, only those ages 21 and younger are prohibited from texting and driving. But according to the state's Coalition for Roadway Safety, 74% of cell phone-related crashes involve drivers older than 21. A AAA Missouri spokesperson says the time to act is now.
Talking with some of the victim advocates that have lost loved ones, husbands, daughters, it's heartbreaking because they're senseless deaths, right? It's something that was 100% preventable, and it simply was another driver choosing to focus on their phone rather than the road.
2 of the victim advocates who shared their story were Warren and Sarah Douglas. The Douglases lost their daughter Kendall back in 2018 when a distracted driver slammed into her vehicle on I-70. Kendall had aspirations to be a teacher. She was a student at Southern Illinois Edwardsville.
Our life has been changed forever, and we don't want anybody else to go through that. And we know we're not alone. We're in a horrible group that nobody wants to be part of, and we just want to make that group a little smaller.
The main push at Monday's event was to pass Senate Bill 5661. The legislation would require all Missouri drivers, regardless of age, to utilize hands-free cell phone features while driving so people can keep their eyes on the road and save lives.
If the House passes it, it would go to the governor's desk. It's already been voted out of the Senate, which is good. But we're up against the deadline of May 12th is the end of session. So a couple weeks left, and we're really calling on House leadership to make sure it's a priority to save lives on Missouri roadways.
Up next on Ozarks News Brief, lawmakers in Texas approved 2 bills involving school safety, and Washington State cracks down on the sale of assault weapons. Also, Missouri State baseball takes down a nationally ranked team.
That and more after the break. You're watching Ozarks News Brief.
Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson is throwing his hat in the 2024 presidential race. He made his formal announcement Wednesday from downtown Bentonville. The announcement comes just one day after President Biden announced his re-election campaign. Hutchinson is now the 4th candidate running for the Republican nomination.
Walt Disney Parks and Resorts is suing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, as well as the board he appointed to oversee Disney's special taxing district. Disney says the governor weaponized his political power to punish the company for exercising its free speech rights. The lawsuit was filed minutes after DeSantis' board voted to nullify an agreement between Disney and the previous board in February. This lawsuit is the latest escalation in the fight between DeSantis and Disney. Washington becomes the 10th state in the country to ban the sale of assault weapons. Democratic Governor Jay Inslee signed the bill on Tuesday. Gun advocates don't like the new law and plan to challenge it in court. Drew McCluson has more.
This bill prohibits the sale, import, distribution, or manufacture of any military-style assault weapon in the state of Washington starting today. I'm happy to say that, today.
The bill that failed in 6 consecutive legislative sessions is now state law. But moments after the signing, just before 11 a.m., gun rights advocates filed a lawsuit challenging the legality of it. State Attorney General Bob Ferguson says his office is prepared to defend the law.
Yeah, we're confident. We haven't lost a case yet against the NRA or the Second Amendment Foundation. They've challenged common sense gun reform in the state. My legal team is better than their legal team, and I'm confident we'll win again.
Can't sell this one anymore after 1056 because it's a shotgun and it holds 2 rounds too many.
Don Teague at Olympia's private sector arms figures the new ban makes more than 85% of his current inventory unsellable. He says he'll put it all into storage, hoping a court ruling will either delay implementation or throw out the law.
So magazine goes in, pump, fire, right?
In the meantime, he's looking at finding guns to replace those considered assault weapons, like those requiring pump action.
So we're just going to be finding, inventful ways to abide by the current law wherever we find ourselves, and then just continue to vote the way we vote and hope that that makes a difference in Washington someday.
So Paul's right behind me.
Paul Kramer's been working with legislators to pass the ban since 2016. His son, Will, was shot and survived a mass shooting in Mukilteo that year that took the lives of 3 of Will's friends.
We knew that things needed to change. And it's really gratifying. We witnessed the grief of the parents who lost their children, their young adults. We don't want others to have to go through that.
School safety was front and center at the Texas Capitol Tuesday. 2 of the most hotly debated bills aimed to make students safer got final approval from the Texas House of Representatives. It follows the deadly Uvalde school shooting that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead last year. Betty Cross reports.
Left 19 children and 2 teachers dead is making school safety a top priority this legislative session. Today, the Texas House pushed through House Bill 3. That requires every Texas school to hire an armed security officer.
There have been 119 hours and 25 days. HB 3 is finally passed. School campuses will have at least one security guard and preserves the school board's local decision-making to figure out how best to implement it.
House Bill 13 also got final approval today. It would require Texas schools to have an active shooter preparedness plan and regular walkthroughs of school buildings by law enforcement. The Uvalde shooting also created widespread support for a Senate bill that would put silent panic alert buttons in every classroom. But despite today's votes, not all lawmakers think enough progress is being made.
Not a bill that's passed yet through either one of these chambers is going to make our kids much safer.
Senator Roland Gutierrez says none of the changes made today will make as much difference as stricter laws that are being passed in other states. One is raising the minimum age to purchase semi-automatic guns from 18 to 21.
Raising the age limit is going to take guns out, AR-15s out of 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. Florida did it, it worked. Closing the gun show loophole, universal background checks. Florida did it, it worked.
Fox News severs ties with Tucker Carlson. The unexpected announcement comes 1 week after Fox News settled a blockbuster defamation lawsuit for $787 million. Carlson was the host of the network's 8 p.m. hour. Carlson played a key role in helping spread claims of election fraud. This comes the same day CNN anchor Don Lemon was fired by his network. Lemon's firing was related to an alleged sexual misconduct.
This past weekend, Missouri was one of the attendees to the Northern Lights show. A solar flare set off a geomagnetic storm that lit up the sky across Minnesota and Wisconsin. Meteorologists say the solar flare was stretched across Iowa and parts of Missouri. If you missed this, they says there are more light shows on the way. Jamal, I'm so sad that I did not get to see this light show.
I'm just as sad as you are. I really wanted to see some lights up in the sky. But hey, they say there's going to be another one.
I know, and I am going to watch it. I am going to be there.
Well, I'm going to be right there with you. Well, let's take a look at now a live traffic from US 65 East and Chestnut Expressway, thanks to our partners with Ozark News, OzarkTraffic.com. A cool front has hit the Midwest. Are we going to see warmer temperatures going into the weekend?
We'll have your 5-day forecast after the break. You're watching Ozarks News Brief. Yeah, Jamal, I don't know about you, but this rain has been throwing me off a little bit.
It's been throwing me off too, but it's always throwing me off. Not just of my balance, but just in general mood for the day. What do you have to say?
Yeah, because today it is raining, currently raining right now with the high of being 53 degrees.
No.
And at 3 p.m. it's still going to be raining. The sun is going to peek out just a little bit with the high being 55 degrees. And later on, it is still going to be rain for us in the Midwest with a high of 53 degrees. Across the Ozarks region, we can see more rain is coming in, but I think it's going to fade out as we go into the weekend and this week's forecast. It's just going to be a very rain for us in the Midwest. Currently, it is raining today, Thursday, with the high of 60 degrees with a low of 48 degrees. Friday is going to be a little drowsy and a little cloudy with the high of 65 degrees and a low of 47, it being our highest peak this week. Saturday, the sun is going to peak out for us with a high of 64 and a low of 42 degrees. And Sunday, the sun is still going to be out for us with a high of 63 and a low of 39. And going into next week, we're still going to see a little bit of clouds, but still more sun is going to peak out for us in the Midwest with a high of 64 and the low of 41 degrees. Jamal, I'm so excited that this rain is just going to get out the way for us and we're going to see some sun.
I need some sun. I need some sun in my life for sure. I miss my t-shirts.
Yes, because Jamal, since it got a little bit chilly this week, I put up my jackets.
Put up your jackets.
Up next on Ozarks News Brief, something is coming to Kansas City that has football fans very excited. Also, find out what jersey this star quarterback will wear this upcoming season, and guess which Disney star revealed her baby bump.
Stay tuned. You're watching Ozarks News Brief. With local sports, Missouri State softball team collects their second consecutive series sweep against conference opponent Belmont Bruins. The sweep elevates the club's win streak to 9 in a row. The ladies will head to Indiana this weekend to face Indiana State and Kentucky. With momentum brewing, the birth of another large win streak could be in sight. Back at bat with baseball, the Missouri State Bears take down nationally ranked Arkansas Wednesday night in an exhibition game. The 7th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks were chewed up and sent packing as the Bears at bat lit up the night, exploding to a final score of 8-4. Your Bears will stay in the den this weekend, hosting Valparaiso at 3 p.m. in a new series. Bears still hungry for more victory. Excitement and anticipation is in the air as Kansas City will host the 2023 NFL Draft. The nation's top college athletes will meet in Kansas City, hoping to watch their dreams become reality. The home of the Super Bowl champs will be buzzing as the city expects up to 300,000 people in attendance. This event is free and open to the public. The big bad New York Jets have a new gunslinger in town, and his name is Aaron Rodgers. On Wednesday, the Jets formally introduced Rodgers as the new team's quarterback. Rodgers said he is excited about this new adventure. In exchange for Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers received a 1st, 2nd, and 6th-round pick in the upcoming NFL Draft. Well, I'm excited to see Aaron Rodgers with the new team. He's always been with the Packers.
Yes, I know, but I guess he's going to look better in this new shade of green that he's going to wear.
It is more of a winter green, if I will say that much, and I think green and white might be his color.
I think that's going to be his style. I can't wait to see what he do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, up next on Ozarks News Brief, this Olympic gymnast received more than just a gold medal. And why is there a moose on the loose?
We'll explain after the break. You're watching Ozarks News Brief. In entertainment news, Lindsay Lohan reveals her baby bump after announcing in March that she and her husband, batter Seamus, were expecting their first child together. The couple has been trying to get pregnant, and now it has finally happened. There is no word on when and where the baby will be born, since Lindsay and batter lives in Dubai. Meghan Trainor is ready to reveal the sex of her second child with Sky Kids actor Daryl Sabara. During the Kelly Clarkson show, the couple was joined by their son Riley. In the sweet, heartwarming video, the family announced they were having another boy. The Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles marries NFL player Jonathan Owens. The photos revealed the couple had a courthouse ceremony. They are still planning a big wedding surrounded by their family and friends on the beach. Biles said she and her husband are expecting roughly 140 guests. The Met Gala will take place Monday in New York City. This year's costume exhibition honors German fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld. Fans can follow all the action on Vogue's live stream. This year's stream co-hosts are Lala Anthony, Derek Blasberg, Chloe Feynman, and special correspondent Emma Chamberlain. DreamWorks Animation has finally confirmed that the beloved Shrek franchise is making a comeback. All of the major voice cast members are returning. While there is no official release date, fans are already excited. It has also been revealed that a Donkey spinoff is in the works. Jamal, I don't know about you, but I'm so excited about this Shrek franchise.
When you read that story, I got goosebumps. I'm excited to go to this movie. I can't wait to pre-order the tickets right now.
I'm so excited. Once they release that date, I'm going to be the first one ordering my tickets
you
because
run
I
into
love
it.
Shrek.
You run into the front of the line.
I love Shrek.
I love it. I love Shrek too. Well, up next on Ozarks News Brief, a movie theater in Alaska gets quite the surprising visitor.
We'll explain after the break. You're watching Ozarks News Brief.
Workers at Alaska Theater were surprised to see a moose on the loose.
The animal walked right through the lobby at about 8 p.m. It happened after employees dropped the door open to let some cool air in. The moose spent about 5 minutes on a free meal before workers were able to coax it back outside. They were only able to do because the moose was young and wouldn't dare try if it was an adult. Jamal, I would have been terrified. Do you know how big a moose is in person?
Listen, if I was there wouldn't be much coaxing. There would be a lot of running and screaming. Let me tell you that much. I would not mess with that thing.
I think, as we see in the video, how she has her phone out, I think I would have had my phone out showing, recording it, showing it to my mom because I would have been excited to see a moose that close.
Recording? I would have been calling 911. No, there's no recording here.
No way. I mean, I just would have loved to see that moose in person. Back to our 5-day forecast. Today is going to still be raining today, Jamal, and the high is going to be 60 degrees with a low of 48 degrees. And come Friday, it's still going to be a little, drowsy outside. It's going to be a little cloudy as well, too. The high is going to be 65 degrees with a high of 47 degrees. But going into the weekend, the sun is going to peek out for us in the Ozarks. It's going to be cloudy with a high of 64 and the low of 42 degrees. And Sunday, that sun is still coming out for us. The high is going to be 63 degrees with a low of 39 degrees. And going into next week, the sun is going to peek out for us, and I think further on the week, we're going to have a pretty good week for us here in Missouri. The high is going to be 64 degrees on Monday with a low of 41 degrees. Jamal, I don't know about you, but I think the coldness is probably going to leave out of Missouri this week.
Oh, I'm really excited for that coldness to leave. I'm ready for some sun. I'm ready to see that summer air. I'm ready to wear some shorts.
Me too.
Well, that's going to do it for us today here at Ozarks News Brief. I'm Jamal McMurrin.
And I'm Oshayla Muldrow. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can always follow us at ozarksnewsbrief.com. Have a great day.